morning, everybody. We are over here to do chores, and we have a new calf in here this morning. I haven't actually seen it yet because Mom and Dad were over here to do chores yesterday and they found it. But we'll look at it together here. Hi. She's a little cutie. Hi, baby. Okay, so this cow is Nellie. When we bought her just this year. Oh, she's standing up. She's a cute little thing. When we bought her just this year, she had an ear tag in that said Nellie. So her name is Nellie. She's definitely a little bit of an older cow, but this is the first calf that she's had here for us. She's doing so good. She's very chill, does not mind us being around, but she has got a nice little calf that's doing very well. To explain a little bit here, Mom and Dad came over to do afternoon chores yesterday, and they noticed some of the cows were acting like something was up in the little cedar grove that we have, so they went up there, and she had her calf up there. It was already covered in flies. The flies are brutal this time of year, and it couldn't really stand up. It hadn't been born very long. It was a little bit weak, so I wanted to make sure it got off to a good start, so they brought it down, put it in the barn, and then they went and got a bottle, and it just seemed like it needed a little bit of help, so they milked some colostrum out of Nellie and then fed it to the calf in a bottle, and that got it up and going, and now it seems to be doing good. So it should be able to nurse now on its own. Hopefully you guys can see okay. It's a little bit dark in here. It's so pretty though. We've never had a calf with this coloring. It's very pretty. Such a cute little thing. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. So far. It's getting close to 10 o'clock and I just got a chance to eat breakfast a few minutes ago, if that gives you an idea of how busy it's been. So we had quite a bit of extra work to do in the hog house this morning. It rained last week. We had a pretty big rain and it was super windy, so it blew rain in and that plugs up some of the feeders, and that's a pain to deal with to get them unplugged. So we were doing all that. Emma and I got that done this morning, and now we are out here to get started on the actual job for today, and that is going to be taking some corn out of the bin. So if you've been following along, we were actually going to be doing this job a video or two ago, and we never ended up doing it because we ended up hauling soybeans that day instead. But today we're going to be taking some corn out of this bin. We have the auger carts out here. We have not sold any corn yet. We might be selling corn soon. I really don't know. We're just gonna kind of see what happens with that. We just want to make sure that it is not spoiling at all, which means we want to make sure that it doesn't smell bad, that it's not heating, because those are both signs that it's going bad. We want to make sure that it is nice and cool and storing just as well as it was when we first put it into the bin out of the field.
A big pair of ice creams for you, yes.
Trying to get the slide open here. This one bin, it's a pain every single year to get it open. When was this bin built, do you know?
96.
Yeah, so pretty old, and this is what it looks like. We had handles and stuff on it. The handles have broken, and it's kind of a pain to deal with every year, so we're just trying to get started working on that. It's nicer this year though, because most years when we're doing this, we have a semi here, and then it's like waiting to be loaded and stuff. But this year, we just have our auger cart, so it's not as rushed, and we can take our time a little bit more, which makes things much nicer. The first attempt we have here is vice grips, because vice grips do basically everything. So
Just you can't gouge them wires down there. Such poor design all the way around. Just all of this. This is just terrible poor design. All of this. Okay, there. Well, start your auger. Get ready to really let her rip.
kind of wish y'all could feel it through the screen, because it's like actually freezing cold. You wouldn't expect it coming out of the bin, but when you put a bunch of cold air in it in the winter time, it holds that cool in. Okay, took a load out of this bin. Corn in there is looking really good. So we're gonna move the auger down to this bin now. And we're gonna take another auger car load out of this bin and make sure that the corn in there is looking good too. And just like that, the auger is set up. Usually I absolutely hate setting up augers, but this little one here is not too bad at all. So it's my favorite one to set up. Hello everybody, so it is now Wednesday. I think the last footage you saw was from Monday. We were taking some corn out of the bin and the corn was looking good. What ended up happening is we ended up selling some of it. We don't have a certain amount sold right now. We're just hauling some and selling it when we get there. And I don't know how much of our corn we will continue to sell, but we have taken several loads so far. We've been hauling out of our smallest bin, and it doesn't take much when there's not a sweep auger going. It just kind of takes care of itself. Somebody just has to be up there and turn the auger on and off and stuff. So there hasn't been much to do, and today we did not think we were going to have to start scooping or start a sweep auger. So I was actually cleaned up and had gone inside for the day, and Dad and Mom had gone to town for a few things. So Papa was out here loading, and he called and said that it's not flowing on its own. We're gonna have to start scooping. So anyways, I went out there to start scooping, and I took just a couple clips of footage. I was super busy, so did not get much, but you guys can kind of watch that.
Okay, Abby, I'm gonna turn it on.
All right. I just need to scoop the corn down into there. Oh my goodness. Okay. So obviously I was busy scooping, and so I wasn't able to get footage in here, but we got the truck loaded.
Well, Dad's gonna be back in here, and between him and all the rest of us, we'll get the sweep auger in. And I don't think Scooter's gonna be back today.
But then the other truck will?
No, he ain't coming. We know he ain't coming.
Oh, so there might not be any.
Might not be anybody.
Okay.
We'll get the sweep auger in and we'll be good to go.
Okay.
We got it where it'll be easy to put the scoop auger in.
Yeah, should be set up pretty good. Well, that was a workout, and everybody, when they see the scooping out of grain bin videos with the sweep auger, yeah, it's work, and it'll work you up in a sweat and you get hot, but with the sweep auger, if you're staying right caught up to it, it's not actually like super bad. Yeah, you're tired by the end of it, but this is the kind of scooping that's like really exhausting when the sweep auger isn't in here, and then you just have to scoop it down into the sumps. And then like this was a nice slope when we started, I could just kind of rake it and the corn would start flowing by itself, but then that doesn't last long and you have to actually scoop it, and that is exhausting. And I only had to do the back section of the truck, so it wasn't like a full semi-load, but still, that was very tiring, and clearly I'm worked up into a sweat, and yeah. I had already actually gone inside for the day and like got in the shower and stuff, but then because we didn't think we were gonna have to scoop today, but we did. So anyways, the truck is loaded up. I don't think we're gonna have to load another one today, but for the next one, we will have the sweep auger in here. Got it set up good now. This part is kind of flattened out so we can come in and set the sweep auger in. This bin is, it doesn't have the built-in sweep auger. We have to carry one in here, so yeah. Anyways, that's that. I'm gonna go get a drink and take a break. So it is now Tuesday, I think, the 22nd. Today we are working on some yard work. There hasn't been a lot to record lately. We have been hauling corn. I don't know if I've done a great job of explaining that in this video, but we started hauling corn. We cleaned out our smallest bin. If you see up there, they've got the auger set up to that bin. That one is the one we're working on right now. We've been hauling out of it for a while. We've just been working on that, which is same old, literally just loading one truck after another, and Papa just handles that. You just gotta start the auger and stuff. So that's not very interesting to record. And then it has been raining quite a bit. We have gotten so much rain this year. It has been crazy. We go from 3 years in a drought to this year getting a lot of rain. So it's been great that we're out of a drought now. We're really thankful for that. And with the rain comes a lot more yard work, because when we were in a drought, when we get to like July and August, the yard is like dried up, brownish color. You don't need to mow it. But this year with all this rain, it's like at least once a week we have to have 1 to 2 days dedicated to getting this yard back in shape. So that's what we're working on today. Emma is mowing and I'm gonna be weed eating. We always called it weed eating, like that's what we've just always called it, a weed eater there. But a lot of people call it like weed whacking and stuff. Maybe that makes more sense than weed eating. I don't know, but call it whatever you want, I guess. That's what I'm gonna be working on. It takes forever to do this yard, and I'm not super motivated to get it done today, so I figured I'd record because that like gives me more motivation. Also, before anyone comments, I do have sunglasses, so safety glasses, we're good. I'm not gonna get blinded today, so don't worry. We'll even put them on so y'all can like get the full effect of me weed eating. There we go. was calling from across the yard to come over here, so she found something. I don't know what she found. What is it? Oh my goodness, that's what I was wondering.
It came up from the shed, it ran up here.
Oh,
It is, it's adorable.
it's
just
so cute. The
sitting
thing
there.
is, we're like pretty well enemies of rabbits because they terrorize our plants in our garden and everything. So we have, sometimes you have to do a little bit of pest control with the rabbits. But then you find a little guy like this and like, how can you even, as much as you want,
He's squirmy.
he has no problem still hating me, but how can you
Come here.
hate it? Just look at it. It's so cute.
It
Even
came
though-
down from that shed. I don't
even
know
though
if there's
he's
more.
most likely gonna grow up to harm our garden.
You want to hold it?
It's so little and cute.
You can
right
go
now.
search down there. There might be more.
See, it looks like he's got a flea crawling over right now. We have a whole crowd out here to see the rabbit. Okay, we're gonna go release him here safely where he won't get hit with the mower. I'm back. I have an update. We're upgrading the safety gear a little bit. We got earplugs. Never worn earplugs when weed eating, but every time I post a video doing yard work, I'm always yelled at by multiple people to wear earplugs. So today I was commanded by Dad to wear earplugs because I do a lot of weed eating, so it's probably good. Anyways, I do have this, so I'm like the safest I've ever been weed eating right now. So all y'all can be very happy in the comments that I'm being safe. Okay, this section of the yard is just about finished. This section is the worst section because of the amount of weird little plants and bushes that are around here that have to be weeded around because the mower cannot fit in between them. We do a little bit of push mowing. You can see little details in there. We do it with the push mower, so that has to be done, but the weed eating around here is just about done. I just have to go around like the border of the garage and then the big lilac bush right there. Then we'll be done. This is the worst section of the yard, but it's also the smallest, and I still have so much more to do, but we'll get it done. I remember the good old days when I was younger and enjoyed yard work, and all I had to do was mow and somebody else would take care of the weed eating. But now, yeah, my only job is weed eating. So then after I mowed, I graduated up to mowing and weed eating. I did all that for a while. Then Emma started mowing, so then she does the mowing and I do the weed eating. She tried weed eating and she ended up slicing a hole in our gutter and chopping off one of our persimmon trees. So she has not weed eated since. Now at first glance you might just think that means that Emma is not born to be a weed eater. But now looking back, I'm pretty sure it was just like a genius plan by her to get fired from weed eating. And now she just mows on the riding mower and I just weed eat. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the little update here. I'm gonna move on to the next section of the yard. Get started with that. So, I'm done with all the weed eating for today. I got like the entire yard. That took forever. And then I just finished up down here at the pond around the cabin and stuff. It is 12:30 right now. I did have a little lunch break and like grabbed a cucumber sandwich because we have fresh cucumbers from the garden right now, which is great. We actually also are like just starting to pick some sweet corn, stuff like that. So get some stuff fresh from the garden, which is always good. Anyways, getting off topic here. But yeah, the yard work is done. I think that's gonna be about all we do today, unless the only other thing that we would do is if the sweep auger needed to be started in the bin. But I don't think it's going to. If it does, I'll let you guys know. But that for now, that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a chaotic video, I feel like. Maybe not the most exciting thing, but hope you all still enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Every single one of you that watches the videos, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.